Hey guys, welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. It has been actually a massive day for progression for me. We are over here on the new free-to-play account on day 10 of login. Now, just something I want to mention quickly. I saw people in the comments chatting about it. No, I do not receive any creator rewards. There is nothing like that. This is completely free-to-play. Just people were talking about it. I just want to let you guys know there's no creator rewards. I never take that in any game. If you've watched me in any other game that I play, I always talk about how as soon as I get something like that's either through spending or through gifts in the game, I pretty much quit. The only time I take creator rewards is in the odd game where I do make a whale account or I have a friend whaling and I just give them the rewards. But just wanted to cover that. But we are on day 10 of the free-to-play account where I'll use my download link, which gives you the Mausoleum Mage, the Fayne, the Tagoar, and we just hit level 45 yesterday or today, which got us the Deacon Armstrong. You can see this boy is already 6-star. He's got 1 soul. It has been a pretty massive day, so I want to go through it, but this guy is definitely a massive unit for the account. Him, especially combined with the Tagoar and the Supreme Gallic, makes such a solid core, and if we throw the Mausoleum Mage in there for the defensive capabilities and the cleansing, extra healing, these 4 units make such a massive core for your account. The next one that we will be 5-starring is the Fayne, because Fayne is going to be obviously there massive for our clan boss. You can see she's got a pretty decent set of gear at the moment. Obviously low stats because she is low. But let's go through it. Let's talk about the account. Let's talk about the last day. Now, the reason we had so much progression in the last day is because we had the CBC start. And obviously with CBC, you get a ton of extra energy, chickens, and all the good stuff for making, you know, for ranking champions up. And that's pretty much what we did. We also had the clan store reset, which does have the energy. So I've already taken 500 energy out of there. And that is how we got so much progression in a single day. We also just lucked out, not in this rotation, but the rotation before this, we did have Deacon in the store before I actually even got to level 45 and got him. So I did pick up his soul over there in the shop as well. And that is how the man got to 6-star and got his 1 soul. Really fantastic. Now, this guy, he's on a very scuffed set. I did farm Nightmare Campaign Stage 6 to get myself a set of speed boots for him. A 6-star set. I was going to settle for 4 or 5-star. I got a 6-star pair of boots before I got anything else. I was just doing it on Nightmare because I'm like, hey, there's a chance for the 6 stars, and we actually managed to hit it. So he does have the 6-star speed boots. Got him in an accuracy set. I could get him a lot faster. I could get him to about 230 speed, but it would be sacrificing the accuracy, and the guy still wants the accuracy to be able to land his debuffs. So for now, this is how he's sitting. It's not going to be his final build, but it's good enough for where we are currently at. So that is the Deacon Armstrong at the moment. I'll have a bit more chat about him, but I want to go through some other things. Actually, no, first of all, then we had the Tavern. So I mentioned with Deacon that I wanted to get his skill 3 to max, then I wanted to do Fayne's skill 2 and then jump back and max out Deacon. Now we managed to get his skill 3 maxed with only 4 books, which was really, really nice. Then we went over to Fayne, and that's where the luck kind of ran out, because over in Fayne, we maxed out the basic attack before we got anything into anything else. So unfortunately, Fayne got shafted. Her basic attack is really quite trash in my opinion. The stealing of turn meter is pretty much nothing, so it's kind of pointless altogether. Unless I'm completely stupid, and because when she steals it, it's still like the tiniest little bit of a bar. It makes no difference in my opinion, but unfortunately it is what it is. We're really trying to max out this skill too, because when we get to the clan boss, the most important thing is having 100% uptime of this attack decrease. So we need it to have 100% land chance, and we want to have that 3-turn cooldown for the 2-turn duration. That is going to be incredibly important when it comes to my Fayne, and that is why that is the next skill I want to upgrade. Then I will revert back and I will go over to this Deacon, finish off maxing out his skill 2 and his skill 1, and then if we have any left to go into Fayne, we will come back and we will max this one out as well. The reason I'm not too stressed about this or skill 2 on the Deacon as well is because they are both defense breaks, which obviously I want them both upgraded, but because we have 2 of them in our team, we should be pretty alright with the defense break uptime in our team, even if we don't get these maxed out straight away. So that is what we are looking at there. Like I said, getting the Deacon was actually a massive boost to the account, making it really nice. Now, what am I currently doing? So if we go over here into the missions, you can see we are waiting for the spirit day to unlock. Now, we are probably about 1 minute away from ticking over into day 11 of logins, which that day is going to be the magic day, I believe it is, and then another, so basically 24 hours from now will be the unlock of the spirit, which we can go to. So what am I doing to prepare myself? Basically, I'm still farming fodder. I want to get my Fayne to 6-star as well, because as soon as we hit phase part 4, the first mission is to have 5 level 60s, I believe it is. So I want to get that Fayne beefed up for that. But we do have the fusing of Relic Keeper that we do have to do at the end of this one. And that's kind of what I'm focusing on at the moment, because if we go over here into fusion, into the Relic Keeper, you can see that I do not have him, which I'm cool because he's pretty efficient to farm. So it's not too bad. But the big one is we don't have the Sorceress yet. I've probably dumped, I want to say 300 to 500 energy into the Catacombs so far and not got her. It really sucks because you are farming at low efficiency. However, the good thing is over here, I am farming at okay efficiency because I am farming with my Deacon. Now, I could probably put him in my Galaxy set because we have a free removal and it would make him deal more damage and make this a bit quicker, but I'm not too stressed. I may end up doing that. But I have just been farming this stage with the Deacon. So even though it is a lower efficiency stage farming than, say, 12-3 Brutal, or even 11-6, which is the next one I'll have to go to, at least I am getting 4 champions worth of experience as opposed to 3. So it is still not bad efficiency for me to farm this with the Deacon, whilst I'm trying to get that, what's her face, the Sorceress. So just trying to get that, you know, it's one of those tedious things, but all I'm doing is leveling up fodder because at the end of the day, we do now have our 4 6-stars, but we will need that 5th one straight away. And the reason I'm doing Fayne first is because the first mission that requires you to, like, in phase 4 of the Arbiter missions, it'll be like ascend a spirit champion to 6-star ascension, and you've got to do it. It's not retrospective. So I need Fayne as my next 6-star, then I will need a magic 6-star, and then I will need a force and then a void. So it's going to go Fayne, and then hopefully we do some summons in between there so I can get something useful as magic to go ahead and upgrade to 6-star. I won't be using them, it's just literally for the missions, but I don't want to just upgrade like the Gallic, like it's kind of pointless. And then I will be obviously doing the Mausoleum Mage for that one, and then if we have to, I'll just do the Bellower for the Void as well. So that's kind of where I'm planning out. That is my trajectory over here when it comes to the Arbiter missions. And that's pretty much what we are looking at. Now, if we go through everything else, the events, I mean, these events came at a pretty good time. The champion training, obviously, just made the Deacon 5-star. We still got 2 days left in it, and we're into the final stretch of this. And because I'm just working on getting my Fayne up as my next priority until I can do the Arbiter missions that require potions, well, this is pretty much what I'm going to farm. So I should get myself the extra legendary book, which is really nice. The extra 75 gems ain't too bad either. I will take it. So that is what we are working on there. And then obviously we have Dungeon Divers as well. And while we're farming fodder, we're also getting progression into this. Now, I'm not trying to max out the Titan event. I'm not too stressed on the Titan event. I'm not going to be using him in my progression. But hey, all the extra resources that you can get through this event, where is it? There it is. All the extra resources are quite nice. I mean, we get the extra 50 player points. That'll get us more ag faster, who, once again, we're not going to be using, but that's cool. There's a 4-star chicken down there. You know, some rewards. Maybe we jump into here. As long as we get this one, this 75 gems, I'm going to be pretty happy with our progression. If I can get the epic skill tome, that would be really nice as well. We'll have to wait and see because there are some very unfavorable events coming up in this one. When we look at, obviously, Sand Devil turn attack, I ain't touching it. Spider turn attack, I ain't touching it. Finite tournament with restrictions, I ain't touching it. So we gotta wait and see what comes up, see if there's anything else that we can actually work through. But currently the events ain't too bad. Like I said, we do have the CBC going on at the moment as well. It looks like we did just tick over into day 11 of logins, which ain't too bad. Let's see what's on the reward calendar. Honestly, that's quite helpful for me. Please be more than, okay, 6 days. That is actually really helpful. A lot of people will look at that and go like, that's kind of trash. For me, I actually really do like that one. So I will take it. Let's quickly check here. Anything there? Nope. No Tagoar, no Mausoleum Mage. Be really nice if I could pick up the Tagoar and Mausoleum Mage in here, but you know, we will get there eventually. You can see that we're already actually almost at level 46, so it's been a big day. Like I said, a bunch of experience through the CVC coming in as well. The other thing is, I think this is where Doom Tower, we're going to get stuck. Oh no, we didn't get stuck. Okay, we should be good for another like 20 floors. I think floor 100 is the next Nether Spider, and that's where I'm going to be pretty much bricked, because on this Nether Spider, I was lucky enough that my Gallic could still one-shot the Spiderlings. So that made it okay for us. But the next Nether Spider, I think that's just going to be curtains for us. It's game over. Unless we somehow fluke it out, but we'll have to wait and see. But then we'll just shift over into hard mode, see what progression we can get over there. But yeah, the Nether Spider is going to be the issue on this rotation for me. But we will keep punching through and see how far we can actually get on this one. But like I mentioned, the main progression that I am focusing on is still just leveling up fodder for my Fayne. Let me just show you guys this build on Fayne. So I did steal some pieces from Gallic. So Gallic's build is a little bit worse because he used to have Fayne's 6-star boots and 6-star crit gloves. But honestly, I got some 5-star lifesteal ones here with a bit of accuracy, which he needs, obviously. So they're 5-star, it's not too bad. And then I've got these crit gloves, which get him up to 99% crit rate because he has a passive 10% on all his abilities. I took them to level 15, not 16, just because I'm like, dude, it's a lot of silver just to get that one crit rate. So he's sitting at effectively 99% crit rate, which ain't too bad. Keep in mind, we do still have access to the banner once we get him to 6-star Ascension, which is going to give us access into the extra accuracy, which is already at 137, which is really solid, and also maybe some extra speed. So I'm pretty happy with his stat spread. His attack is very low here, but his speed, his crit rate, his crit damage is very low. But basically his speed, his crit rate, and his accuracy are good. Attack and crit damage are what's really lacking from this build. But for a scuffed build, it ain't too bad because it allowed me to piece this together for my Fayne. And once again, if I'm farming something where I need Gallic, I'll just put him back on the preset because, as I mentioned, we've got the free removal, and I can just put him over on this preset, which then steals that gear off of the Fayne again and makes him a bit more, like, just a bit more of a beast, essentially. But I was just experimenting with these builds. I was really happy with this build. Like I said, we crafted some amazing pieces here. We've got the 10 crit damage, 16 speed. We've got the 18 crit rate, 12 speed. We've got the 11 crit rate and 28 accuracy, which I did need some accuracy in this build, so it's quite nice to get that extra accuracy there. We got the crit rate with crit damage. Besides that, the stats are pretty shit on that piece. Then we got this one here with the extra crit damage on the HP, and we rolled it to 16 and hit the speed on this one. That was huge. Now, the reason I've got the HP on Fayne, because when I get to Clan Boss, she is super squishy, so I wanted any sort of survivability that I could get on her. So honestly, this chest plate being HP worked out pretty well for it. And then obviously we got these speed boots, which did roll the Awakening on speed. Unfortunately, it wasn't a speed set, but hey, the next best is Perception for me, so I was pretty happy with getting the speed Awakening. I'm not going to further awaken it, I was just unlocking it to see, but we do have that extra attack. So Fayne's build is going to look quite solid. She's at 205 speed, crit capped, like over crit capped, really decent crit damage, pretty poor accuracy though is the only thing. So hopefully we can get a good banner for her because we don't have any banners for her at the moment, and maybe that can make up some of the downfall that we have on her kit. But I was pretty happy with that build just from the gear that I crafted. So I'm pretty happy with the way that is looking. Tagoar still over here in pretty much farmable gear, but he's still doing all right. You know, he's got his decent bit of HP. If I can get his soul, that will be huge because obviously if we get any soul, we do get the extra, what is it, 4,500, what is it? Yeah, about 4,500 HP, which is pretty nice. Oh no, what is it? Yeah, 4,500. Am I cooked? Am I reading that right? Yeah, I think it's about 4,000. It's like 7,000 for legendaries. But you know, that extra bit of HP is going to go well on him once we do get that extra soul. Hopefully we can get that in the not too distant future. And that's pretty much it for the builds. Like I said, Armiger's still there. He's just kind of a filler unit. Going to be very important for things like Spider moving forward, also Fire Knight, which are some of the pinch points in the game for the Arbiter mission. So that's why we've got him there. He was also an early 6-star. Ideally, I would have made Fayne 6-star earlier, but because I was trying to rush those Arbiter missions, he was just easier for the Ascension missions and stuff like that. So that is why he is upgraded first, even though, you know, he's on a pretty scuffed build when you take a look at what he's on. Here's the next one I've really got to iron out a build for. Mausoleum Mage needs some love as well, but hey, it is what it is. That is where the account is currently at. Anything else that I want to mention? Oh yeah, Faction Wars. Once again, I did use the Faction Wars trick to get through 2 stages of Sylvan Watches. I only had 1 uncommon for Sylvan Watches, which kind of sucked. I did get the 18 stars in the Orgrim tribes, which is really nice. And then we have Undead Horde coming up. Do I have anyone that I can pair with Mausoleum Mage to do stuff? Maybe I level up the Husk. I don't want to level up the Husk for this because I said I'm only using 3 units. I don't think it's the biggest issue if I do, but we'll probably avoid that anyway. And then as you can see here, over here in the Lizardmen, yeah, we're struggling. We're struggling. So I will swap some gear, do as much as I can over here in the faction crypts as well. and see how we go. Besides that, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, Doom Tower, we're progressing. Curse City, not unlocked yet. Clan bosses, I've been fiddling around with normal here. I can get about 1.4 million on the novice chest. That's when my Deacon was 5-star. I'm hoping now we can get that 1.67 just to get those extra drops. So we got 10 hours to play around with Hydra. Hopefully, I can get myself over the line there. I'm pretty much going to farm all my energy into getting my Fayne to the 5-star at the moment. And then I will jump into that Hydra and see if we can do it. Obviously, it's a scuffed team, but hey, we're just trying to get the minimum chest, just pretty much solely to get some extra guild coins because it's just easy access into guild coins. But that is what we are looking at. As for the other one, which is if we go over here, in the Chimera, we did manage to get, I think we got max chest for Chimera. Let's take a look. Yeah, I got 5.2, which is, yeah, 4.1. Yeah, so we got max chest there. And then I think, yeah, down here we got 2.11, which gives us just into the bottom chest here. So we will be getting some guild coins from this as well, which is really nice. And because we got 2 of them and I think they're both defeated, it means we should get a decent little bit of crafting material as well. Maybe get some little relics that we can slap on our champions to help us with a little bit of stats. They're not crazy, especially the bad relics. I've got my 2 Demon Lord keys saved up because, you know, we were just waiting for the daily reset, see what the missions are, and we'll punch through those. And that pretty much covers the account for day 10. Like I said, getting the Deacon Armstrong, who is absolutely massive. This guy's ability to just turn, manipulate, and the gain extra turn. The big thing is the gain extra turn on a 3-turn cooldown. Once this is maxed out, basically his turn cycle goes, use this, and then that's his turn 1. Turn 2 is basic. Turn 3 is use this, and then turn 4 is basic. So you just go through a turn manipulation and AoE death break into a basic attack with leech, into an AoE, and it's pretty sick, if I'm being honest. I did finish rank 1 in the tournament for the normal arena and other arena. You can see this one, we got some speed. Let's see if we can hit some of these speeds. That sucks. We'll go to 8. We're a bit low on silver, so I don't want to be upgrading these too much. Yeah, that's a dead piece. And I was hoping we could get like a bunch of speed on these things so that I could put it on him and see how we go. Let's go ahead here and upgrade to 4. Nope. 8. Dude, I'm burning silver. Oh, there's a speed. I might upgrade that one further later on, but I don't think I'm going to be making a set. So let's upgrade this one as well. 4. Oh, there's a speed. Okay. And HP. Okay, not too bad. What do we got? We got attack % on the gloves. We got defense flat, but it does have speed. That's the boots are all trash. Do we have anything else? I mean, maybe if this rolled speed as well, I could put him on this set. Now, I don't know how this set interacts is my only problem, because I don't know if the proccing of this additional turn counts as the additional turn. Sorry, I don't know if the usage of his additional turn, someone let me know in the comments if you do know, if the using of this additional turn counts towards the diminishing returns on the gear set. In Summoner's War, I know it didn't, so running the violent set or the extra turn set on anything with an extra turn used to be insane in Summoner's War. Let me know how it works in Raid, because it's something I'm definitely considering, but I don't think I have the pieces to make a proper good set. You can see we've got that one there with 9 speed, that one there with 10 speed. You know, 10 speed, 5 speed, a little bit of accuracy. Maybe we could cook something up and just slap this in there, but I feel like he's going to be a little bit too slow. Then we just use these boots and we'd have to get a pair of gloves from the speed set, but then we would be lacking a lot of accuracy as well. I'll have a play with it. Let me know in the comments how that functions. Is it good to put him on the extra turn set? Because that way, you know, because if his extra turn from the gear, if he uses his basic, gets the extra turn from the gear, then uses this and gets an extra turn, does that reset the rate on the gear one so that he can then use this, proc an extra turn, and then go into his basic, and then next turn just be using this straight away again? I don't know how it works. Let me know, guys, because like I said, there's a few nuances in the game I'm still unsure of, so that's a very interesting one. Anyway, I'm just rambling. I'm gonna shut up now. That is the account for day 10 recap. As always, guys, Deacon's a beast. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.